Today is going to be a little different. Feel a bit weird. Posing like this. Today's workout is going to be a little different. So, an update on my Achilles. It's not actually my Achilles, but I'll show you. So, when I used to do this here used to just pop out like a big lump, and it's a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you stretches that I like doing. If you're going to do some stretches, there's a few things. I can't get comfortable. If you're going to do some stretches, there's a few things that I think you should need. This is vital. It's actually not vital, but it makes it a lot easier. So I never, the days that I get treatment, I never run. Just because I want to actually, treatment is very hard, but I also want the benefits of the treatment to actually work. So if you're trying to run after treatment, it's not a good thing. So here I'm trying to lengthen out my hip flexor. Your hip flexors go through your stomach and connect onto your spine. By rotating, putting this into flexibility, into a stretch, and then rotating to the knee that's forward. So at the moment, my legs are like this. So you can see my legs are in this position like an S, and then what I'm doing then is rotating, and you'll feel it in the leg that's behind you. So I like to just get into positions that my body is never in, because if you're in positions all the time that you're just kind of stuck and like cramped up. So really work into it, and don't just go into stretches because that's the way they look good or that's the way you see them. I want you to get into the positions and actually feel the muscles stretching. So if you don't feel it here, play around with the angle of your body to try get into those positions. One of the biggest tension spots in our bodies is actually our groins. So by getting into position, getting into the frog stretch like so, but trying to push your knees down with your elbows and then just rock. You'll feel, sometimes people feel something in their back, at the base of their back, or kind of in one of the cheeks of your arse. Yeah, the tension we feel is in our groins. That's why a lot of people tear their groins as well, because the inability of actually the flexibility. You want to get your knee as close to the ground as possible. So you can see this hip here lacks more mobility than this. I can move this more freely, but this one, it's kind of stuck. One stretch I like to do is on a Bosu ball. So I'm going to turn these upside down. So can you see this? That's at an angle there. So I'm basically in a position that my feet are pointing upwards and then I'm stretching down. And just play around with it, just play around with the angle of your knees and of your ankle. And one of the things that a lot of people have chronically shortened is your hip flexors. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways to stretch your hip flexors. I already showed you one, but if you can't get into that into that position, I'm going to show you a few things. Right, so number 1, you'll need a mat or a towel, and you'll need a band. Put your knee on the mat, and then get into this position where you're bringing your knee You're bringing your heel towards your bum, but don't just bring it like this. I want you to lean into it, but also bring your back. So you're leaning forward, but leaning back. And then relax your leg down, bring your foot forward, and then stretch into it more. Feel the stretch. Don't just get into the position, feel the stretch. And the more you can angle your body this way, the more you're gonna feel that stretch here. So don't have your body like this, have your body like that. And then while I'm in this position, I then move my knee. I have my upper body aiming like that. And then what I want to do, so you're getting that mobility in your hip joint. Keep your foot on the ground. Don't aim it out like that. You want to anchor your foot down and then push your knee out. The second flexibility one involves a yoga wheel. Now a lot of people don't have a yoga wheel, but this is what a yoga wheel is. So what you want to do, put your knees down, and then get the yoga wheel and roll over. This is going to open up the whole anterior chain. So a lot of the times you have to strengthen your posterior chain and lengthen your anterior chain. Anterior is front, posterior is back. If you don't have a yoga wheel, what you could do is put your feet up, your toes up onto the mat and just lean forward like so. Next step, feet down, and you're trying to go to your calves. And then the third step is to go all the way down to your feet. If you can't do that, then get a ball. So it just gives you that extra bit of support, but you're leaning over the ball and bring your hands up. The next step involves a ball as well. So put the ball against the wall and get into that position that I was showing you in the last time. Get your foot onto it and then lean in like so. You'll feel the stretch along here. You're getting that flexibility here. The next one is something to help the shoulders. So as you can see, I can't really touch the bar starting off. By the end of it, I'm going to be able to hold on to that bar. Let your arm hang from the barbell, and I still have full control on my arms, from my arm and my legs. And you just want to drop down, go into rotation. Play around, but let that arm hang. Rotate all the way around. So I have it with an overhand now, you have to do an underhand. Same thing, rotate all the way around like so. Look at the difference now. What was that? It's been recording for a minute and I can actually hang from one hand. If we spend most of our day in positions that's slumped over, typing, driving, sit with your arms crossed, waiting for something, you can see everything is in this position. Rounded shoulders, hunched back, just fed up. It looks like you're fed up. What you need to do is get the arms moving, take it nearly out of its socket. It's going to relieve shoulder pain, it's going to relieve neck pain, it's going to open up the thoracic region, which is like here. It's going to relieve a lot of things that's going wrong with you. I wouldn't even call this a workout Wednesday, I'd call it like mobility. I just call it playing around in the gym. It's just freeing up everything. Anyway, give me a thumbs up, don't give me a thumbs down. Like, share, comment, comptez-vous. I will see you during, I feel like I always do this when I'm saying goodbye. I'll see you during the week. Slán. Goodbye.